We're joined by Tina Majorino. Tina, good morning. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I am good, mainly because you are so good.
Well, that's good.
Sometimes we talk to people in the morning and they're just like, I'm fine. How are you? And you're
like, wow, up the energy, people.
Exactly. You're kicking it up a notch already.
I am. I like to start my day off right.
Right on. You have been acting for 700 years. And when did you start?
I started when I was 2.5.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's a long time now. But like what, 22 years or something?
Were you a method actor back then?
Very, very committed to my art, and yeah.
And what got you? I mean, was this something that you got into because your parents put you in it at that age, or was this like? Do you think it was just like a deep-seated passion?
It's very strange to think about because I used to tell my mom that I wanted to entertain people when I was 2, and I cannot imagine being my mother listening to your 2-year-old tell you that they know what they want to do with their life and taking them seriously. But they actually did not want me to be in the business just because it's a really difficult path to take, so they didn't want that for me. So they actually put me in a singing and dancing group that's here in my hometown, and they just thought if they did that, because at the end of the year you like perform in front of 700 people, and they're like, if we scare the crap out of her now, maybe she won't ask to do this again, and it totally backfired, and I loved it. So I've just been working at it ever since.
What was your first big role, like the first role that you got where you're like, dude, this might really be working out for me?
My first role, like, that I knew that I had to keep doing it, was when I did my first commercial, which was an Ever Ready battery commercial. And then once I did a show for ABC when I was 6, which was Camp Wilder. It was on when TGIF used to be on. And that was the first time that I was sure that I wanted to do television and movies. I was just like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I just have to, I have to keep going with this.
You do a lot of stuff too. You know, a lot of people just like get into the acting thing and they kind of follow that path. You've done like, you're an opera singer, you're a black belt, you surf, you run, you're allergic to peanuts.
Yeah. I just, I don't know. I really want to get the most out of life, and I when I'm curious about something or I don't know, I always try to follow my heart, and I guess my heart led me to a black belt and opera singing. I don't know. So I like to try new things.
That's awesome. The new show, speaking of new things, The Deep End. It's a new show that premieres tonight on ABC at 7 p.m. I'm reading reviews and stuff, and people are saying that it's kind of like a Grey's Anatomy of lawyers, which is a compliment. Got to be.
Oh, my God. That's like the craziest compliment ever. I certainly am honored to even be mentioned in the same sentence as Grey's Anatomy. So it's pretty cool that people are saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the trailer for it, and I can see why they're saying that too. You know, it kind of gets the underbelly. You see the seedy side of like legal stuff, plus it's personal lives mixed in with the work stuff. But for people that aren't familiar with it, that haven't seen a commercial for it or something, tell people what The Deep End's all about.
The Deep End is about 5 new associates that are straight out of law school. They're thrown into this new world of law at the most prestigious law firm in the country, which is based out of L.A. And I think they all come in they all have different agendas as far as what they want to accomplish being lawyers. My character she's a bleeding heart. She wants to help people. And the show is really about watching them try to figure out how to balance their personal lives and their professional lives, what it's like to be starting a new career your first year and having a scary boss like Billy Zane to work for, and trying to I don't know. There's a lot of confusion in their lives because they're spending 80 hours a week together, and they don't have time to date anybody else, so they're also throwing into the mix getting involved with each other. Wow. But trying to keep that boundary of professionalism. The lines get a little blurred. But it's a really fun, sexy funny show. I'm excited for people to see it.
Very cool. What else are you working on right now? I mean, I know you've got a lot going on. Like, you got some big love stuff. Like, are you doing one project and then moving on to the next, or do you have a bunch of irons in the fire right now?
Usually, it always happens that when one thing starts, everything starts. So when I was filming The Deep End, I was doing Big Love at the same time. But now that we've wrapped filming on both, I'm just kind of hanging out. I've been waiting for today for a couple of weeks, so it's pretty exciting day today.
Your parents are calling, and you're just sitting around the house eating chips all day, just waiting for today.
I've been playing video games, just trying to keep my mind busy.
Playing video games? What kind of video games does Tina Majorino play?
I play, have you ever heard of Army of Two?
I have not.
That's pretty
God,
cool.
It's so epic.
My producer
you have
has.
to play Army of Two. So good.
What's it for? What system?
Xbox 360.
Right on. You're not on. You're not on Modern Warfare on the 360.
No, I've never played that. Is it good?
Tina, it is very good.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go to the store. I have a gift certificate to the video game store, and I'm gonna go get it.
We'll get you on, and we'll get you all trained up and up to par with us.
Yes, that sounds so fun.
What's coming up after The Deep End, or do you not know? You've been waiting for today. Do you have anything on the line, or are you gonna, after today, go like, oh crap, I should probably find something to do now?
Yeah, that's probably more along the lines of where I'm at. I need to find something to do now. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see.
What's the biggest thing? This is an interesting question for me. Like, people have a hard time answering it. Like, what's the biggest thing that you've done, in your opinion? Like, what's the film or the show that you've done where you're like, most people notice me from this, or remember this, or were impacted by this? Like, what do you think the biggest thing you've done is?
I think Napoleon Dynamite is probably the most impact I've felt from, I think that I personally owe my adult career to that movie, just because I was never given an opportunity to play comedy when I was younger. Everybody just thought I was so serious, and that I don't know, was this dark, twisted child or something, that I just couldn't bridge the gap between that and comedy. So the fact that, like, after I took that hiatus and I came back and was given the opportunity to play a character like Deb, that people just reacted so well to, it really brings me so much joy to, when, I know a lot of people say, like, oh, it has to be so annoying that you're at a restaurant and people send you 2% milk all the time, and it's like, no, it's awesome. I'm honored and humbled by the fact that I was a part of something like that brings people so much laughter and joy. It really...
That's cool.
It's really cool.
It's such a small, it was such a kind of a small project, student film thing that just got really big. Are you guys still really close, like a little family, or do you guys keep in touch still?
We try to. It's hard after you wrap a film because everyone has their families and they're moving on to their other projects, and it's kind of like that's the really difficult part about having this career, is that you're kind of thrown into these situations where it's very intensive, and you get really close with people, and then you're kind of ripped apart. So we keep in touch over email and whatnot, but we don't get to hang out like we used to when the first year of the film and all of that. But obviously, we still love and support each other, and we root each other on even when it's from afar. So
I guess it's time for Napoleon Dynamite 2 then.
Everyone always says that. I wonder. I don't know. I think it needs to be left alone. It's such a gem. It needs to be left.
It's one of those things too. Yeah, you'd go see the second one and you'd be like, oh, it's so fun to see them back together. But then, yeah, in the grand scheme of history, people would say, yeah, that was probably a bad move.
Yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I think The Deep End is a good idea for you. I think it's going to be good to see you in that role. I think people are going to love the show. Tonight, it airs at 7 p.m. here on ABC. The Deep End, check it out, and Tina Majorino will do some Xbox Live in here soon.
Yes, I'm so down.
Thanks for being on the show. You've been great. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're going to get married. Bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.